What is going on, guys? Classic Cam IPD here. So, for those of you on Facebook, for those of you on YouTube, you may not know this, but I love spicy food. For those of you on Facebook, you know I've recently tried the ghost pepper donut, which I found extremely underwhelming, so I went to go look for the next best thing. Something that made its rounds on the internet a couple years ago, and I believe last year as well as this year, is the One Chip Challenge. This is released by Paqui. They do a Carolina Reaper chip, and it's only one chip. It comes in a coffin box. It's extremely spicy. And if you notice, I have a little timer right here. That timer is so that you see how long I last. My goal here is to last at least 5 minutes. I'll describe the spiciness. This is something that's not for the faint of heart. So what this is an extremely spicy chip. Using the Carolina Reaper. Pretty much do not eat if you are sensitive to spicy foods, allergic to peppers, nightshades, or capsaicin, or are pregnant or have medical conditions. Keep out of reach of children. After touching the chip, wash your hands with soap. Do not touch your eyes or other sensitive areas. Yeah, I like a hot sauce called the Last Dab sauce, and one time I was eating it on pizza, decided to go use the restroom. It was the worst 5 minutes of my life. Whenever you're eating something super spicy, take that warning to heart, because you could very well be in for a world of hurt. It's temporary, but it will hurt. Now, I already took the tape off just for the ease of opening, but to get to the chip itself, it just simply pops open, and then you get this what to expect. The One Chip Challenge, you versus the Reaper. What to expect. Round 1, a spicy punch to the tongue. Round 2, fiery jab to the face. Impaired vision from tears. A blow to the gut. And then KO. I doubt that. Chips usually aren't this bad. The chip itself comes in its own little self-contained packet, which you can open right here. And then you have real peppers, real heat. Do you dare? Go ahead with the Reaper. Rules for the challenge. Eat the entire chip. Wait as long as possible before drinking or eating everything. Post your reaction on social media with the hashtag One Chip Challenge or mention @PaquiChips. Any last words? Alright. And this is a tortilla chip, if I'm not mistaken, because that's what Paqui makes. I kind of like their packaging here. So after this, I am going to take a shower. As you can see, my hair is a little messed up. I just had a bit of a gaming session, so my headphones kind of messed my hair up. So let's get into it. Now, I have seen other people on YouTube do this. Oh yeah, that is a beautiful chip. Broken shipping though, but that's fine. Ooh, I can smell that. So as you can see, it's a black corn chip. That's part of it. Here's the rest of it. So without further ado, I'm going to start the timer now, and we're going to start eating it. Oh, that is spicy. Oh, I fucked up. I inhaled some of the powder. You never want to do that. And it is a really big chip, too. Holy shit. Alright. Don't touch your face. Ooh. They used Carolina Reaper. Oh, this is starting to affect my ears. Oh. All right, I'm done. All right, this is quite a bit in the future. I actually had a video recorded like a couple minutes after the fact, but now I've showered, my hair looks a little bit cleaner, but still messy for whatever reason. So my thoughts on the one chip challenge, oh my gosh. There is a lot of after effects. When I was originally recording it, my nose was still running, my eyes were still watering. It felt like I was swallowing thumbtacks. Pretty much, one of the things that you need to realize is that if you are sick at all, it's going to enhance that feeling. So if you felt like if you had like a cough like I've had for the past few weeks, or if you've had any sort of like nasal or congestion, it's gonna get worse. And then comes the second part of it. The next part is what's called let me just read this verbatim, a low blow to the gut. Yeah, it's intense. I don't know if you guys ever had gallstones before, but it felt similar to that. And what worked was getting some Pepto in me. And I was actually looking online, and it turns out this actually lasts into the next day. So I suggest doing this when you have a day off next. This is probably one of the worst challenges I've ever done. I've handled last dab hot sauce. I've handled all sorts of spicy foods in the past, and I still can't explain why I couldn't handle this for as long as I did. One of the mistakes I made was that I inhaled the powder. There's a powder on there, and it's just ground up Carolina Reaper onto the chip. And when I went in to take that bite, I breathed in, and that powder went right to the back of the throat. So if you're going to try this challenge, get your saliva on that powder. Don't inhale as you're I know for me, whenever I open my mouth, I have a tendency of going that's what killed the run for me, is that I inhaled and that powder just coated the back of my throat, and it made it unbearable for about 15 to 20 minutes. And then afterwards, I felt fine. I could talk, I could eat. Four slices of bread later and a Mountain Dew, I felt good. Then, after, the sensation up here ended, the sensation down here. And it happens in waves. The first few waves are pretty bad. It feels like you might have the bubble guts. If you know what that is, it's like diarrhea. You get like the bubble gut feeling, and you're like, okay, well maybe I just need to fart or something. And then you try to, do that, and then you realize, oh, it's not gas. And then you try to burp, and you burp a couple times, and then your mouth gets spicy again. And then comes the next part, and that the pain goes away. But that's just the eye. The eye wall has yet to hit you. And when that eye wall hits you, oof, it felt like there was steel wool in my gut. And I still hadn't taken any Pepto or anything to really soothe the pain. I figured maybe that's something I shouldn't do. Maybe that might upset my stomach further. I don't know what chemical is causing this. I don't know if it was gas, because the feeling is intended. So is that gas buildup? Is that acid reflux? Is that just an overload of the capsaicin? Would the Pepto make it worse, or would it make it better? And at just one point I broke down. I was like, all right, I need antacid. I need something. And God bless him, my dad actually got me some Pepto, and that actually has helped. And now I feel sensations of hunger again. I feel fine again. It just, if you don't have a way to deal with the after effects, then yeah, it could get really bad. So these are just my afterthoughts. It still feels kind of weird down there. It feels like an upset stomach. It doesn't feel like this horrific event where it felt like if I've had gallstones. I don't like if you've ever had gallstones before. It feels like, you know, you have a chest burster in your stomach. If you've ever seen the movie Alien or anything like that, that's how bad it was. It's like I could barely walk. It flatlined me. I was just, I had to take my shirt off because any sort of constriction on the stomach was just making it worse. And trust me, that's something nobody wants to see. Anyway, my name is Eric. I Punch Demons. I'm signing off.